Good evening, Tallahassee, and welcome to another show of FSU Weather. I'm Aisha Wilkinson.
And I'm Kyle Jordan.
And so how was campus today, Kyle?
Oh, it was a very nice day, nice and sunny. It was great to get out and about, Aisha.
Yeah, it was pretty hot outside. We reached degrees of 88. We didn't hit 90, though.
Sadly.
Yeah. There was not much wind on campus either, so it was just pretty hot and overbearing. When I went into my car, I had to turn the AC on because it was just too hot.
You had to blast it. So early, too. It got hot really early. So.
Yeah, and so spring's a-coming. It's coming in 5 days, and we have St. Patty's Day on Thursday.
Any special plans?
Hopefully I get to go out, Madison Social is doing an event. They're having free drinks, free Irish whiskey. So if you're going out on Thursday, check it out, guys.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Free drinks, going out and having a great time for a great holiday.
Right, and they're going to have a parade also in Tallahassee as well, but we'll touch on that later on in the show. And hopefully we can go out and see some nice weather, but rain chances will increase around Friday and Thursday.
Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers that we stay dry. Gotta keep them crossed.
Definitely. But after that, the rain will go away and we'll have beautiful weather once again. A little bit of clouds here and there, but overall nice weather. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're going to take it to Zach. He's actually on the roof right now live. So here it is. Here's Zach with the local weather. And so we couldn't get Zach online, but I'm sure we'll get him back again. But actually for our next guest, we're going to talk about what Tallahassee's doing for their St. Patty's Day. So they're having a parade at Lake Ella, and it's going to be a pretty nice parade all day long. It's going to start at 12:30. It's going to be great. And they're going to have free food, Irish food, by the way. So check that out. It's going to be pretty nice. And also at Madison Social, like I said earlier, they're having Irish whiskey. So you got to make sure you wear green because you don't want to get pinched and you want to make sure you get all the free food you can.
That's the worst. That's the worst.
Yeah, definitely make sure you wear green and go out to the events. And they're going to actually have a live band also near Lake Ella. It's going to be live Irish music. So definitely check out some dances and some bands and great food overall. Yeah, and they're also going to have a parade. It's going to be pretty long. It's their 7th annual parade in Tallahassee. So what beats that? 7th annual parade. They've been doing it for 7 years straight.
I know, and every year it just gets better and better and better. I had a blast last year.
Yeah. So definitely check that out if you're going to be in the Tallahassee area. And make sure you bring some tissues when you go outside because that pollen count is pretty high in Tallahassee.
I know, I'm allergic to pollen too. It is the worst. My eyes just get all watery. My face is all puffy.
Yeah, it just gets so uncomfortable.
Unbearable.
But hopefully those rain chances when it comes in on Thursday and Friday, that'll wash away the pollen. Give us some relief. Give us some, definitely some relief to that pollen. And later on, we're going to see some clear skies on Saturday as well. Yeah. And how's it looking over in Indiana, since you're from the Indiana area? I see they're getting some rain over there.
Yeah, it's not as warm as down here.
Right.
But rain's coming. Chance for some severe weather, too, later on tonight. So I'm definitely monitoring that. But
yeah,
nice to get a little break from being landlocked in the middle of the United States.
Right.
Actually near an ocean. So.
Yeah, so definitely, keep involved. Make sure have a weather radio if there is any severe weather coming. We're just going to see some rain chances, not much of a severe weather threat with that cold front coming through. Just a little bit of colder air as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool things off from all this hot weather, too. So.
That we've been having, yeah, definitely. And we're going to take it out to a local look. We're going to keep it going here at the desk, but later on, like I said, we're going to see some rain on Thursday and Friday, but we're going to take it to a local look with Ulysses.
All right, thanks, Aisha. Today, the magic number was 14. We were 14 degrees above average this morning, and also this afternoon was 61 and 88, respectively. Only 2 degrees from our record, even though yesterday that 88 was a broken record here in Tallahassee International Airport. It was a hot one out there. You can see throughout the afternoon. 86 in Quincy, 88 in Tallahassee, 86 all throughout the northern portions of our viewing area, but a lot cooler and refreshing towards the coast with 78 in Apalachicola and 80 in Perry. Just remember though, it's still going to be a warm one in here in the last hour if you are going to go vote. Remember, the polls close at 7 o'clock, so have that water bottle with you if you are going to do voting the next 50 minutes. Right now, 87 in Tallahassee, 84 in Quincy. Cooler towards the coast now into the mid-70s now in Apalachicola and Carabel, but still the warmth is out there and the heat has been piling on thanks to all that southwesterly winds that we've been seeing the last couple of days. Radar throughout the southeast, very quiet, which is excellent news, especially for the Mississippi Valley, where all the rain just came in last week. Areas got up to 2 feet of rain in parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Arkansas, so that's excellent news for them for recovery efforts and cleanup efforts as well. The rest of the southeast, beautiful. We do see some couple of showers up into the northeast and into the Midwest, so where there is a severe weather threat for parts of Illinois today. So when it comes to the elections there as well, very important, and something to keep an eye out for the Midwest. For us in the rest of the southeast, in the water vapor, that moisture is starting to come in the upper levels now from Texas and Louisiana, and it's going to be a precursor of our next weather system. That orange, which is a dry air, is now pushing into the Atlantic. You did see more cloud cover later into this afternoon compared to where we were early today and even yesterday, and that is a sign of things to come. When we look at the future cast, right now it's going to be really quiet as we go into Tuesday night, but by tomorrow some isolated chances of showers are possible throughout our viewing area, and that umbrella will become your best friend as we go deeper in towards the latter portion of the work week. The next system now beginning to form into parts of the Western Gulf. That's something we're going to keep an eye out in case for any isolated severe weather. When it comes to the beaches tomorrow, just have that sunscreen with you out of the west at 5 miles per hour and the water temperature at 72 degrees. Tonight, 60 degrees with a partly cloudy sky. Just watch out for that fog early on in the overnight and early morning hours. Just remember to have that low beams with you if you're going to go to your morning commute. 85 for the afternoon. It's still going to be a warm one, but the clouds are on the increase. And by the time we go into our next 7 days, St. Patrick's Day, 81 degrees. The rain will be dominating Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Temperatures are going to climb, are actually going to tumble down into the lower 70s. And good news is that relief will finally come by the time we get into the latter half of the weekend and into early next week. Morning lows are going to be on the chilly side, just struggling just to get into the low 40s, upper 30s are still possible. But now we're going to send it over to Matt with a look at the rest of the southeast.
Thank you very much, Ulysses. Let's broaden our view just a little bit. We were looking at water vapor, all kinds of stuff here, but look at those temperatures. Hot, hot, hot all across the southeast. 87 here in Tallahassee. Starting to feel a lot like summer. We went off on spring break and seemed like we came back to summer type conditions here in Tallahassee. 87 is what we're at here. Orlando the same, all the way down. Key West actually the cool spot in Florida. Really carbon copy across the entire southeast right now. 80s all around. We saw 90s in those warm parts inland, and really hot sun out there and hot conditions as well. Lots of sweating involved today. Here's our cloud cover. There's not much of it. The sun is shining through, and that is what's really causing these temperatures to increase across the area. Lots of sunshine, high pressure built in across the entire southeast, but that will start to change over the next couple of days. We've been talking about the forecast. We've got the increase in rain chances, and we can actually just see that little storm system that's going to start to bring in some cloud cover on the southern parts of Texas into the western Gulf right now. That's going to start moving into our area and cause for a possibility of some rain over Thursday and into Friday. UV index right now, look at this. The purple's indicating that really high UV index, and then those oranges and reds, a little bit of yellow, a little bit less here near the Jacksonville area. It's still high as well, but we're going to break that down for you. What exactly is that like? Well, we're about a 6 here in Tallahassee, so that's a high risk for sunburn. Yes, we're coming off of spring break. I know I'm sunburned. I know a lot of us here are sunburned, and we don't want to get even worse. So if you are heading outside, UV index is rather high, especially in South Florida. You're talking in the 11 category. That's extreme risk for sunburn. Put the sunscreen on. As higher the SPF, the better off you are. So the sun is shining over the next couple days, and really we're starting to see that dry air that we were talking about on yesterday's show and into today, moving out of the area with more moist air coming into the region as well. In the upper levels, we see all that moisture that's streaming in from the Gulf. This is this subtropical jet stream starting to move forward just a little bit, and that'll start to move into our area, increasing the rain chances as well. Let's look at the future cast. We're not seeing anything over the next day. A little bit of showers starting to creep their way into Mississippi and Alabama and even into Georgia. And then as this moves through and into Wednesday, increase in cloud cover Wednesday night and Thursday. Might be a little bit of a gloomy day as a frontal boundary does set up here and stall out right across the southern region. Let's look at the forecast, though. Tonight, 58, a nice cool night, a little bit chilly in some areas. Tomorrow, 85. The rest of the southeast looking hot and a little bit humid in some places. But right now, we're going to send it back over to Aisha and Kyle.
You're right, Matt. It's looking pretty hot outside. Tomorrow, 85 degrees. That's pretty hot. But there in Indy, you told me that you're from Purdue. So how's Purdue life? Do you guys do some storm chasing or anything like that?
Oh yes, tons of storm chasing. One year there was a tornado in November. We all went out to try and chase it.
Really?
Our whole class went out to try and chase it.
So do you guys have a program or anything like that?
Yes, we have an atmospheric science / meteorology program. It's actually very similar to yours. We just take our classes at different times versus yours. I mean, I still take all the dynamics, the thermo, the synoptic, the weather forecasting, and everything. It's a great program.
That's pretty cool. So it's always interesting to find out more about the weather community in all other states. But right now, we're going to take it to a national look with Jake. That was a horrible.
Up here real quick for you. Current temperatures, lots of heat across the southern part of the country. 86 in San Antonio, 81 in New Orleans. But we see where this jet stream really is making its impact. A lot of cooler temperatures over towards the Rocky Mountains. 41 degrees in Salt Lake City being the cool spot for all the major cities here on our map. Satellite and radar, we have a lot to look at here, especially in this pocket of Iowa. These storms have really been firing up over the past few hours or so. Looking at the potential for some severe weather that's going to be moving its way into Illinois as the night goes on. We'll have a little bit more on that in just a bit. Some snowfall activity also started to dissipate, turn into rainfall as it's moving through parts of central Nebraska. Airport delays, not much right now across much of the major hubs, but again, as the storms move towards Chicago and Milwaukee, Green Bay, over towards Indianapolis, those are going to be really picking up as the night goes on. So if you're flying out there, please keep that in mind, and it could be a pretty nasty night out there, at least before the overnight hours. Now let's zoom in a little bit on this activity. You see this low pressure circulating all the way up towards Manitoba, bringing that rainfall down through Minnesota, now moving in towards Green Bay with this stronger band of storms. High wind warnings are in effect over here. We're going to talk again a little bit more about that as we go on. But these storms moving their way in through Des Moines right now, going to be moving in towards the Cedar Rapids areas, over towards Madison in the next couple of hours as well. Zooming in even further towards that. This first band dissipated as it moved through Rockford, in through Milwaukee, now passing over Lake Michigan. But again, the second band is now firing up ahead of this frontal system, and that's going to be continuing to strengthen, bringing in some potential straight-line wind damage is the main threat here with this, as well as a slight chance of tornadoes, especially in this area right here, which is actually a high wind advisory, at least the lighter tan colored regions. But this area right here, including Cedar Rapids, areas just around the northern parts of Des Moines as well, extending into northern Illinois, that is a high wind warning. So again, besides those potential severe thunderstorms, it's going to be really blowing around out there. 30, 40, 50 mile an hour winds are a possibility. And we have these red flag warnings too. Very dry, fire conducive air out there. So keep that in mind in case there's any potential lightning strikes. Be careful if you're out in those forests, of course. Futurecast, not much besides this region. This is going to be moving past Chicago in towards Detroit and beginning to dissipate as Wednesday carries on, with some more activity starting to fire up in parts of Illinois, but again, that'll be weaker. Today is really the major severe weather threat through Wednesday night. That is going to be continuing again. We see it dissipating as it moves in through parts of the Ohio Valley as well. It's some pretty strong snowfall behind the front, situated particularly in Minneapolis. Tonight's forecast, again, that pocket of warm air staying in the southeast, 67 in New Orleans, but it's going to be pretty cool off towards our west, 23 degrees despite it being mid-March. Over in Denver, Colorado, 30 degrees in Billings. And tomorrow, again, it's going to be propagating ever so slightly off towards the east, 85 degrees still right here in Tallahassee, 50 degrees in Salt Lake City. Let's take it over to Casey Cloud now and send it in towards a look at Tallahassee.
Thanks, Jake. Let's get right into what's going on across our region right now. Very warm conditions are the story around here. 87 Tallahassee, 83 Dothan, 88 Montgomery. You're seeing unseasonably warm conditions, making things really feel steamy. So make sure you just drink plenty of water if you're going out, because we're not used to seeing these temperatures this early in the year getting this warm. It's going to be a very warm period here over the next day or two, and we're just going to be tracking these temperatures as they do stay pretty high around here. Now, Doppler radar across your tri-state showing relatively clear conditions. A few high clouds starting to move in. Some of our Georgia counties, something to keep a close eye on there. Shouldn't be anything to worry about. They'll just kind of make things not quite as clear if you're going out maybe to vote here in the next little bit, as at least in the northern Florida counties, the primary voting time does go until 7 o'clock tonight. Now, current winds 13 in Tallahassee, 6 in Panama City, 14 in Dothan. Those are a little bit of a factor. They're actually making things feel not quite as oppressive as they would be otherwise. Now, your dew point values, those are also a factor. You see these pretty high. Panama City 65, moisture content lower levels for dew point. Now, humidity, a measure of how sticky it is. You really see this at the coastline. 77% in Panama City, but only 28 here in Tallahassee. So that's some good news. Not quite as oppressive, sticky, nasty feeling even here in toward the Tallahassee region and in towards some areas in towards South Georgia. Now, what we're going to expect, well, we're going to see nice clear conditions for the most part. Again, warm, but overall nice. You see a cool front off toward the north and west we'll be tracking as it does move its way a little bit closer toward the Tallahassee region. Showers, thunderstorms might become a factor. Not really expecting that, though, too early on. More to showers first off. This model here depicting a few 7 a.m. tomorrow. Can't rule out a stray sprinkle or two. We're really not concerned too much about that, but later into the period is when we're going to be watching more for some shower activity. I'll actually go back to that futurecast for you real quick. We'll see exactly what's going on with that and show you as these showers and thunderstorms do start to move in just a little bit more here across our region. As we get later in toward your Wednesday, it's something we'll see that this model is trying to depict, at least hinting at it with the cloud cover, but more of this will be moving as we get later into Thursday, those rainy conditions. So going out on the water for your Wednesday, you're going to see 2 to 3 foot waves. Sunset longer, of course, as we have now, and we're now in daylight savings time, so you have longer days, making for more nice time to go outside. Now for tonight, 60 degrees. It'll be mild, patchy fog after 2 a.m. So make sure you just be careful if you are driving around. And tomorrow, you see, planning your day, 61 in the morning, 75 at the lunch hour, 84 at 5 p.m. And that 5-day forecast, well, 85 tomorrow, 81 Tuesday, or Thursday, I should say. Overall, nice conditions in terms of some of those temperatures going off, but showers and thunderstorms will be a factor. Now back over to Zach and Matt.
Ireland, Thursday, St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't know what was going on there for a second.
We'll get to my dancing and Irish jigs in a second.
I hope not.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
I missed you.
It's been a long time. It's been a week and a half.
Yeah, a week and a half. I was in Disney for all of it, enjoying spring break, enjoying the sun.
It's a lot of Disney.
You were avoiding Zika.
I was.
You are.
I'm free and clear.
Just making sure.
I was world traveling over spring break.
Where to?
I went to Jamaica and I went to Haiti.
Jamaica. I will say, I've never been on a cruise in my life. I've always wanted to go. He kept Snapchatting the entire weekend. Well, when he had service, of course, I guess.
Yeah.
And it looked beautiful. All your photos looked beautiful. It looked really fun.
It was gorgeous, and it was a lot of fun. Windy out there on the ship. We had winds 50 miles per hour pretty much the whole cruise. We're out there on the pool getting blown around. And
Constantly enjoying it?
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, it was nice, yeah. Disney wasn't too bad either, so
I kept seeing, I came back and I got up to date on your Snapchats as well, and it was, it looked like you had a lot of fun. You went to the parks just about every day.
Just about every day, hitting up downtown as well, and constantly doing something. You're always doing something around, and I loved it. I love spring break. And it's my last one, too. It was a little bittersweet.
Yeah.
A little bittersweet there.
Our time at the desk is going to come to an end soon.
Shh, don't mention that. We got, what, 6 more Tuesday shows? 5 more after this?
I think 5 maybe after this one.
Yeah, 5 after this one, I think. So it's sad. We'll get to it. Don't worry. I'm working on some cool little things for the end of the season.
Oh, it will be big. The finale.
It's coming. The season finale is going to have some cool little shindigs with it.
Oh, yes.
Maybe a couple of Irish jigs come Thursday.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. No?
I don't think anybody's going to want to see that.
What's your favorite part of St. Patrick's Day?
I like the corned beef and cabbage.
Do you really?
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Okay,
no.
maybe not as much cabbage, but corned beef.
Okay. You like corned beef?
Corned beef and potatoes.
Potatoes. See, but, Ireland's a little bitter about their potatoes.
Really?
Yeah.
Never thought
Ireland's always a little bitter about their potatoes.
I like them. I eat the corned beef, and cabbage is put in front of me, but I still don't. Sometimes I eat that, but.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
well, All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, we'll talk about basketball a little bit in our next desk, just to round things out. But we're going to send it over to Kyle now to take a. Actually, we're going to send it to Aisha to look at the. I don't know. We're going to send it to someone.
Well, I'm here, Matt, so we're going to send it to Aisha. Great dust. That was nice and long. Tallahassee looking at 87 degrees right now. Orlando also as well, and Miami. A few clouds here and there, but at 82. So beautiful temperatures overall. Pretty red, showing you how hot it is. Satellite and radar, high pressure system pretty much dominating the area of Florida. So not much clouds in the lower half of Florida near the southern regions, but a few clouds here and there for Tallahassee. Current winds coming from the southeast, Tallahassee at 13 miles per hour, so it's not that breezy. But down in Pensacola, you can see all the way almost coming from the south, fully 20 miles per hour. So the winds are picking up. Cold front is going to come through on Thursday. We're going to see some colder temperatures, but right now it's pretty dry in our area. Orlando feeling that high pressure system really dominating that area. Tallahassee, a little bit of moisture here and there, because you can see it in that dew point, 50 for Tallahassee, 68 for Tampa, Fort Myers at 70. So a little bit sticky for the southern regions of Florida. Satellite and radar on the Panhandle, not much to see anyway. No clouds in the sky, few clouds here and there, but showers are going to increase on Thursday and Friday as well, and that's cold front is going to turn into a stationary front, and we're going to see those rain chances increase into the weekend on Saturday. So not much to tell for Orlando or Tampa as well, going down into the Key West area. They're not going to see any showers either until that cold front comes through and turns into a stationary front. Futurecast is really going to show you the story here. I'm going to kick it into gear, and you can see the cloud cover is going to pretty much increase on Wednesday. You're going to see some colder temperatures come through at night around late at night, and Thursday morning you're going to see some more rain chances increase. Going into our tonight's forecast, going into Wednesday's forecast, 85 degrees in Tallahassee, 86 in Jacksonville, 88 in Orlando, and down there in Key West, 83. So beautiful temperatures overall. It's going to be a nice one, folks. So I'm going to take it back to the desk with my two favorite people, Matt and Zach.
Yo,
Oh.
thanks, Aisha.
No, take it.
I'll take it in.
I'm surprised we're still our favorite people after that 3-minute nonstop desk.
That was supposed to be a
Aisha knows
minute.
what's going on.
That was supposed to be a minute, folks, but
Yeah.
we just got so excited about talking about corned beef and cabbage that we just went on and on.
Daydreaming about Thursday.
3 minutes of.
Hey, today.
Maybe I should go back to Haiti.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, NCAA. Let's get to it real fast.
Yeah, we got brackets coming out. I think that OU is going to be one of my favorites, and Michigan State from the other side as well.
Yeah.
But I think Kansas might have the edge over OU to take it to the finals, take it to the championship.
Kansas is always a huge underdog when it comes to it. I think Kansas is the one to beat this year.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think UM. Some say UM was going to try to make a run to the Final Four.
Yeah.
I think Villanova might be stopping there.
I agree with you there. I like Villanova as a pick. I think they could go pretty far, especially to a Final Four. Could they make the Final Two? I think it really depends who they would play in the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
But Villanova does have a shot at possibly making a rather long run in the NCAA tourney this year. We switch it over to women's. Biggest surprise out of the women's teams?
Gosh,
FSU?
I'm just happy FSU's in it.
Yeah.
You know, we're represented in we're in the bracket there. I feel like the Florida teams are getting a bit of the short straw there. We're not getting a home.
I heard a lot of people, Casey, Jake, talking about FSU being number 5, I believe. I'm looking at Casey for confirmation, number 5. So, that was a huge thing as well. We'll talk more about that in a second. Right now, we're going to send it out to a last local with Purdue student, Kyle. Kyle, what's up?
Thanks. Well, let's take a quick look out to see what's going on. As you see, Tallahassee, we're at 87, going over to looking at Wilma with 84, and oh, look, up at 84 in Marina. But as we look with the satellite, as you see, pretty much clear skies going on. We got a few batches of clouds trying to roll in the upper viewing area, but other than that, everything is looking A-OK and much sun. We got a current wind from the southwest at 13 miles per hour. As you see, pretty much around the region, pretty much things are staying consistent. So it's like us if you go outside, but nothing really too really be concerned about or pay too much attention. If you go into the futurecast from later on tonight into tomorrow, as you see, pretty much everything is pretty much the same going into Wednesday. On the SAM, for the SAM forecast, if you have a wind at 5 miles per hour, 10 to 15, and then waves of 2 to 3 feet, light chop, mostly partly cloudy. And then if you go into the pollen, it is a really active pollen day. I know me, myself, I am very allergic to pollen. Eyes really get all red and everything. So take your allergy medicine if you have to go out. As you see, a little break on Thursday, but for Friday, it's still really high for pollen-wise. And for tonight's forecast, a really mild night, a slight wind from the southwest at 5 miles per hour. As you see, temperatures really consistent around the region. And then for tomorrow, as you see, high of 85. It's really nice and sunny for cloud cover and everything going on. And then looking into the week ahead, as you see, a slight chance of storms for Thursday through Friday through Saturday, for St. Patrick's Day, and Monday and Tuesday looking clear. And I'm going to kick it back to the desk for a little bit more what's going on.
Very good job. Love that local. Love the temperatures. Love the dancing leprechaun.
You know what? It's growing on me. I see the dancing leprechaun. Maybe you might have a shot at doing that on Thursday.
Yeah, I will do it on the show.
Tune into the Thursday show now, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm
You'll see Zach dance on the show.
The thing is, I'm surrounded by green right now. I know all the viewers at home are like, "Where's the green?" But you know, green screens are in the main studio. You know, green's just making me feel like St. Patrick's Day. I don't know what it is. It's one of my favorite holidays.
It is a really cool holiday. Even Chicago does celebrate really well because the Chicago River, they paint it green with some sort of dye.
All those dyes, yep.
And they really get in the spirit up there in Chicago.
And you know, I've always thought, especially in this broadcast meteorology group, major, you know, whatever you want to call it, job description, we do use the chroma key a lot. We are surrounded by green. And I think it would be a hoot to get one of those green morph suits and do the weather in a green morph suit on St. Patrick's Day.
You know what? That could be an option.
I don't have one, so viewers, if you have a green morph suit, let me know.
Give us a call here at the FSU Weather Studios. But yeah, you're right. We're surrounded by green. It's a virtual set, and out there we're on the chroma key as well. And that's a little behind the scenes, I guess, chat. Wherever this conversation's going to go.
We don't know.
Yeah. Let's talk about basketball.
Basketball, all right.
That's the big talk of the town. The tournament starts officially on
Thursday. Who is your winner?
Winner? I'm going to say Kansas.
Okay.
I'm going to say Kansas.
That's who I'm going with.
Yeah, I think we don't have any graphics
the Jayhawks
here. Yeah, we don't have any graphics here to talk about our full bracket, but really I think it's going to come down to Michigan State, and I think Kansas. I think Kansas is going to edge them out. You know,
we will have our full brackets later on once I fill them out. You can watch us and Matt and I and Casey and all reveal it. You'll also see them on Facebook and Twitter. You can watch it again on live stream and compare your brackets with ours when we do release them later this week. I'm sure we will. I know I will.
Yeah, I'll put them up somewhere too. And it's been a great Tuesday, a hot one, but we'll be back here tomorrow for a Wednesday show.
Yeah, I'm excited. We'll see y'all there tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Woo! That was great.
I liked it.